Have you ever found yourself wide awake at exactly 2 a.m.? No sound, no light, just silence. You glance at the clock and sigh, thinking, "Why does this keep happening? What's wrong with me?" If that sounds like you, you're not alone. In fact, millions of older adults across America experience the same mysterious wake-up call every night. But here's the surprising part. Waking up at 2 a.m. might not be a random annoyance. It could be your body trying to tell you something important. Something about your health, your lifestyle, or even your emotions. And today, we're going to explore exactly what that is, and how you can take back your nights, your rest, and your peace of mind. Section 1. Why 2 a.m.? The science behind the wake-up sleep changes as we age. That's a fact. But what most people don't realize is that our circadian rhythms, the internal clocks that govern our sleep, also shift with age. As we get older, melatonin levels decrease, making it harder to stay asleep. Deep sleep stages shorten, meaning we wake more easily, and stress, medications, or even bladder function can nudge us awake right in the middle of the night. Interestingly, between 1:30 and 3:30 a.m., your body is in a phase called early morning awakening. Your liver is active, your cortisol levels start to rise. If your mind is anxious or your body is out of balance, that's when your sleep becomes fragile. And waking up at 2 a.m. becomes common. So what can you do? Let's talk about real, meaningful steps you can take to sleep deeper, longer, and more peacefully. Section 2. 7 practical tips to beat the 2 a.m. wake-ups. 1. Rethink your evening routine. Are you watching the news or scrolling through your phone before bed? The blue light, the stimulating content, and even bad news can prime your brain to wake up, not wind down. Try a calming routine instead. Soft music, gentle stretches, a warm bath, or a few pages of an uplifting book. Mind your last cup of coffee or tea. Even if you drink coffee in the afternoon, the caffeine can linger in your system for hours. Try cutting off caffeine after 2 p.m. and switch to chamomile or warm milk in the evening. Manage your worry window. Write down your concerns before bed in a small notebook. This tells your brain, "I've dealt with this for today. I can rest now." Keep your bedroom cool and dark. A drop in body temperature helps signal the brain that it's time to sleep deeply. Aim for a bedroom temperature around 65 degrees Fahrenheit, just 18 degrees plans. Be gentle with yourself. If you wake, don't stress. Get up, sit quietly in another room, do a calming activity, and then return to bed. Fighting it makes it worse. Try guided meditation or sleep stories apps like Calm, Insight Timer, or even YouTube channels offer free, soothing bedtime content made for older adults. Check with your doctor. Sometimes waking at 2 a.m. can be related to sleep apnea, medications, or even blood sugar drops. A quick conversation could reveal the hidden cause and the solution. Section 3. Emotional roots. Is it more than just sleep? Sometimes waking up in the middle of the night isn't just physical, it's emotional, spiritual, or even deeply personal. Maybe it's loneliness. Maybe it's grief that comes and goes like waves. Or maybe your heart is whispering for meaning, for connection, for healing. One elderly woman once wrote, "I thought I was waking up because of my age, but one night I realized I was waking up because my soul had something to say." In those early hours, the world is quiet, and sometimes that silence invites thoughts we've ignored for years. So if you find yourself awake at 2 a.m., maybe ask yourself, what is my heart trying to tell me? Section 4. A story to inspire you. Harold's Midnight Awakening. Harold, 82 years old, from Dayton, Ohio. Every night for months, Harold woke at 2 a.m. At first, he was frustrated, angry, exhausted. Then one night, instead of fighting it, he got out of bed and started writing, not for anyone else, just for himself, his memories, his regrets, his dreams, his prayers. 6 months later, he had filled 4 notebooks. Harold's 2 a.m. awakenings? They didn't stop, but now they became a gift, a moment of reflection, expression, and even healing. Sometimes the night wakes you up, he says, not to punish you, but to heal something in you. Section 5. Motivational quotes for the soul. Those words stay with you when the world is quiet and your eyes open at 2 a.m. Sleep is the best meditation. Dalai Lama. Sometimes you lie in bed at night and you don't have a single thing to worry about. That's when you start to worry. Charlie Brown. The best bridge between despair and hope is a good night's sleep. E. Joseph Kosman. Even the darkest night will end and the sun will rise. Victor Hugo section. What you can do tonight when you lie down. Try this simple practice. Turn off all electronics 1 hour before bed. Do 3 deep breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Say something kind to yourself. I am safe. I am loved. I deserve rest. If you wake up at 2 a.m., don't panic. Instead, welcome it like a gentle visitor. Listen, breathe, and know this too shall pass. Growing older is a beautiful, complex journey. Your sleep may change. Your body may change, but your ability to grow, heal, and thrive, that never leaves you. If you keep waking at 2 a.m., know this. You are not broken. You are not alone. You are simply human, navigating the deep waters of life, one peaceful breath at a time. So, tonight, rest easy. Tomorrow, we begin again, refreshed, renewed, and reminded of the strength that still lives inside you. 1. Rethink your evening routine, because how you end your day often shapes how you sleep through the night. Many older adults unintentionally stimulate their brains in the evening by watching intense news, scrolling through emotional social media posts, or being surrounded by bright lights. This tells your mind, stay alert, when it should be preparing to rest. Instead, create a wind-down ritual. Try this. Dim the lights an hour before bed. Put on calming instrumental music. Make a cup of warm herbal tea. Write down 3 things you're grateful for. These gentle signals help the brain shift from doing to resting. Remember, rest isn't just the absence of activity. It's the presence of peace. The way you treat the final hour of your day can determine the quality of every hour after. The way you treat the final hour of your day can determine the quality of every hour after. But even the most peaceful routine can be interrupted if there's something silently working against your sleep from the inside out. Do mind your last cup of coffee or tea. It might surprise you, but what you drink in the afternoon could still be keeping you up at 2 a.m. Caffeine, found not just in coffee, but also in tea, chocolate, soda, and even certain medications, can stay in your system for up to 8 hours or more. As we age, our bodies process caffeine more slowly, meaning that 3 p.m. coffee you love might be the very thing nudging you awake later that night. Even if you fall asleep just fine, caffeine can interfere with deep sleep cycles, making you more likely to wake up during the night, especially during the early morning hours. For many older adults, this is the hidden reason behind restless sleep, and they never even realize it. But here's the good news. You don't have to give up warm, comforting drinks. You just need to make a few smart swaps. Try switching to herbal teas like chamomile, lemon balm, or rooibos, all naturally caffeine-free and calming. Golden milk, a warm turmeric drink with almond or oat milk, known for its anti-inflammatory properties. Warm water with honey and a squeeze of lemon, gentle on digestion and soothing to the nerves. And if you really miss the taste of coffee, try decaf or grain-based alternatives like chicory root or barley coffee. Remember, you don't need caffeine to feel comfort. What you really need is calm. Another often overlooked detail. Some medications and over-the-counter pain relievers, like Excedrin or Midol, actually contain caffeine. So be sure to check your labels and speak with your doctor if you suspect a hidden stimulant may be affecting your rest. You deserve a night of deep, uninterrupted sleep, and sometimes it begins with a simple choice around 2 p.m. Just imagine a warm mug in your hand, a quiet room, and the gentle comfort of knowing you're giving your body the right signals for rest. Because at this stage of life, peaceful sleep isn't a luxury. It's a vital part of healing, clarity, and emotional strength. And perhaps even more importantly, it's your right. Sleep is the golden chain that ties health and our bodies together. Thomas Deckerso, the next time you reach for that afternoon coffee, ask yourself, do I want energy for an hour? Or peace for the whole night? Choose wisely. Your future self at 2 a.m. will thank you. Choose wisely. Your future self at 2 a.m. will thank you. But what if you've already done all the right things? Avoided caffeine, created a peaceful routine, and yet, like clockwork, you still wake up in the dark, staring at the ceiling. That brings us to something deeper. Understand what your 2 a.m. wake-up call might be telling you. Emotionally. Sometimes the body wakes up because the heart or mind hasn't truly rested. Many older adults experience what's called middle of the night awakening, not due to physical discomfort, but due to unresolved thoughts. Worries about health, memories of loss, fears about the future, or even regrets about the past can bubble up when everything else is quiet. You may not even be fully aware of it, but your nervous system is, and at 2 a.m., when the world is still, your mind finally has room to speak. But here's the empowering truth. Your body isn't betraying you. It's trying to communicate. Waking up in the middle of the night can sometimes be a signal, not of broken sleep, but of an unprocessed emotion asking for attention. Try this. Instead of fighting the moment, sit up gently in bed and take 3 slow, deep breaths. Ask yourself, what's on my heart right now? Keep a small journal beside your bed. Just write a sentence or 2. Not to fix anything, but to release it. Don't judge your thoughts. Just name them. I miss someone. I'm afraid of what tomorrow brings. I don't feel useful anymore. Writing helps move emotion from your body into the page, so it doesn't sit in your chest all night. Sometimes the most healing thing you can do at 2 a.m. isn't to fall back asleep right away, but to listen. And if you're a person of faith or spirituality, this might even be a sacred moment. Many spiritual traditions describe the early hours of the morning as a time when the soul is most open to truth, prayer, or insight. The soul always knows what to do to heal itself. The challenge is to silence the mind. Caroline Miss. This doesn't mean your sleep is broken. It means your life is deepening. That even in your 70s, 80s, or beyond, your inner world is still alive, still seeking peace, still ready to be heard. One woman in her 80s we spoke to said, I used to wake up every night at 2 or 3 and feel alone, but then I started lighting a small candle and writing letters to myself. Just kind words. It became a time of comfort, not fear. Now, I almost look forward to it. Of course, if frequent wake-ups are impacting your health or mood, talk with your doctor. There may be medical reasons like sleep apnea, nocturia, or medication effects involved, but don't underestimate the power of emotional peace. Your sleep is not just about rest, it's about reconnection. With yourself, with your story, with the parts of you still unfolding. Because even at 2 a.m., your life is still speaking. Your life is still speaking, we said. And sometimes that voice finds you in the quiet. Keep your bedroom cool and dark. Because the environment you sleep in is more than just where you sleep. It directly impacts how well you sleep. When the temperature drops, our bodies prepare for restorative sleep. But when it's even slightly too warm or too bright, that delicate balance tips, and you might wake up just as your deepest rest begins to fade, often around 2 a.m. Why this matters for older adults. As we age, our internal temperature regulation becomes less precise. Even a minor shift, say a dropped blanket or a street lamp's glow, can interrupt our sleep cycles. These interruptions often coincide with the end of a deep sleep phase, which is why 2 a.m. is such a common wake-up time. Simple, effective adjustments. Aim for around 65 degrees, 18 degrees. This cooler temperature encourages the release of melatonin and encourages deep sleep. Block all light sources. Use blackout curtains or a sleep mask. Even small lights from clocks or electronics can be enough to jolt you awake. Dress in layers. A light cotton nightshirt plus a thin blanket offers flexibility. Add or remove warmth during the night without tossing around. Use a fan or white noise machine. These help with both sound and slight cooling, creating a constant soothing chamber of rest. Remove electronic devices. Screens emit blue light, even when off, So keep phones, tablets and TVs out of the bedroom. Instead, place them across the room or outside, charging quietly away from sleep. Real-life story. Martha's night transformation, Chutha 78, began waking around 2 a.m. every night, feeling stuck between sleep and wakefulness. Her bedroom was modestly lit with a nightlight nearby and the blinds half open. She'd never thought these details mattered, until a sleep specialist suggested a slight shift. Martha added blackout curtains, lowered the room temperature, and replaced her nightlight with a dim red glow, less disruptive to sleep. Within days, she noticed a change. It felt like someone had taken the noise out of my sleep, she said. I started sleeping through that middle-of-the-night moment, for the first time in years. Tonight's challenge tonight, do a simple check before bed. Is the thermostat set between 60-68 degree Celsius, 15-20 degree Celsius? Are blackout curtains fully pulled? Is all light from clocks, nightlights and electronics turned off or blocked? Do you have a fan or white noise running? Then, as you lie down, remind yourself, I've created a space where rest can happen, without interruption. Sleep is more than an absence of wakefulness. It's a carefully crafted harmony of environment, body, and mind. And with just a few intentional shifts, you may find that elusive 2 a.m. wake-up becomes a thing of the past.